Hey there YouTube, Brenda Petrella here, and today we are going to go on a Woozle. Now, if you don't know what a Woozle is, it's basically having a photography day where you have no particular composition or destination or subject material in mind. The term actually first came from my father-in-law, and he's been using it for decades to describe going out and wandering without any real goal in mind. I like to apply that concept to photography sometimes because I think we can get really bogged down by assignments or really trying to nail the shot or find that perfect composition, and I think that can kind of limit us sometimes. When I Woozle, I like to go to places I've never been to before or don't know very well, so it's like a scouting trip too. We are at the Middlebury Breadloaf area. Even though it still looks like we have a lot of snow, it's actually melting a fair bit, and so this side of this mountain is closed. I heard about a waterfall in this area that's not marked on the map, and so I'm not sure how easy it will be for us to find. The trail description that I read about this set of waterfalls is that once you get off the ski slopes, you're going to have to bushwhack down the ravine to the waterfalls, and they were not joking. And it's a little steep. I'm not sure we're going to see the waterfalls today, but right now I need to navigate through these trees and try not to slip down. So we shall see. So I finally made it down to the falls, and it wasn't so bad. And as you can see, the falls are still really frozen, so I'm a bit early. It's really cool to look at, and I might try to take a shot of this, but I don't think it's that fantastic of a composition. But this is a good thing about woozling, is that now I know how to find these waterfalls. I can come back in a few weeks, and this might be a really cool scene. Okay, now this I'm much more excited about. I was able to scramble down right next to the water. I'm not on ice, I'm actually on rock, so I'm not gonna fall in, I don't think. Okay, so I'm really glad I moved, and I think this just demonstrates the importance of not getting stuck in a specific location, either with your feet or your tripod. So I was just down these waterfalls, not too far from here, like literally, I don't know, 25 feet around some boulders, and the composition down there, as I showed you, just it wasn't working. It wasn't that inspiring. And I thought, you know, let's go up a little higher. Maybe there are some more waterfalls. And sure enough, there are. And the struggle I was having with those waterfalls below is that they were so frozen, and it was really hard to, I don't know, I was really struggling with how to photograph that and make it into a nice composition. Even though these are also like super frozen waterfalls, I think the composition is a lot better. The bottom here is this nice little pool, and if I'm using a slow shutter speed, I can create a nice contrast between the hard ice and the flowing water. And so that's my goal in this shot. Camera's on the tripod. I've got my shutter release cable, so I'm not wiggling the camera. I've flipped off my vibration reduction on the lens because I don't want that to be on while my camera is on the tripod. I've also have on here my circular polarizer because I'm photographing water and I'm trying to cut down on the glare. And because I want to slow the shutter speed way down, I'm putting a 6-stop ND filter on. So when you're thinking about how to set your focus in a scene, you want to think about the hyperfocal distance, and that's a whole big thing that we could talk about another time. But the shortcut is to basically pick a point that's about a third of the way into your image. So I've chosen to this rock over here and these icicles in here. Ideally, what I want to have is everything from this point in the scene out to infinity in focus. I'm going to zoom in 100%, the focus ring to focus, come back out, and now I can put on my ND filter and reset the exposure for the settings that I want. So just hiking back to my car, and I saw these really cool ice formations in the snow, and there's grass underneath. I actually just rented a macro lens and I haven't used it yet, and so I'm gonna pull it out now and see if I can get some abstract art out of these designs in the ice. I think it was Malcolm Gladwell who said that it takes about 10,000 hours to become an expert at something. So I think the more time you can spend with your camera out in nature, practicing landscape photography, the better photographer you're gonna become. So how about it? Do you guys ever woozle? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for tuning in, and if you like this, please hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. Say hi to me over on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks!